Welcome to County Portal, your simple source for local government services and public records. Let's get started.
How long do police have to file charges against you? This is a question that causes a lot of anxiety, especially if you've had a run-in with the law. The answer isn't a simple number of days or weeks. It all comes down to a legal concept called the statute of limitations. Think of the statute of limitations as a deadline or an expiration date for the government to bring a criminal case. This deadline isn't for the police investigation itself, but for the prosecutor to formally file charges. The length of this deadline depends almost entirely on the seriousness of the crime. Let's break it down into two main categories. First, we have misdemeanors. These are less serious offenses, like petty theft, simple assault, or disorderly conduct. For these types of crimes, the statute of limitations is relatively short, typically 1 to 2 years from the date the crime was committed. The idea is that minor offenses shouldn't hang over someone's head forever. The second category is felonies. These are serious crimes like burglary, robbery, or aggravated assault. Because these offenses are more severe, the government gets much more time to file charges. The statute of limitations for felonies can be 3, 5, 7 years, or even longer, and it varies greatly from state to state. For example, a state might give the prosecutor 5 years to file charges for grand theft auto. Now, there's a huge exception to these rules for the most serious crimes of all. For crimes like murder, there is generally no statute of limitations. This means a prosecutor can file murder charges against a suspect at any time, whether it's 5 years, 20 years, or even 50 years after the crime occurred, especially if new evidence like DNA comes to light. Many states are also extending or eliminating the time limits for other very serious crimes, such as certain sexual offenses involving children. It's also important to understand the difference between being arrested and being charged. An arrest is when police take you into custody. Charges are the formal accusations filed by a prosecutor. After an arrest, the prosecutor has a very short window, usually 48 to 72 hours, to either file charges or release you from custody. However, even if you are released, that doesn't mean you're in the clear. The prosecutor can still file charges against you later, as long as they do it before the main statute of limitations for that specific crime expires. Every state has its own specific laws, and federal crimes have their own separate set of rules, so the exact time limit will always depend on your location and the specific circumstances of the case. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful and want more simple explanations of complex legal